Uniswap. So Uniswap's volume has actually fallen off a cliff. Price-wise, it's still doing okay. And actually, when we look at where Uniswap's at right now, it's still probably going to have a good year because it's the most used it's the most used DEX on the Ethereum blockchain. But we are going to have a look at some of the numbers because they're not good. Before I get into it though, if you're new to this channel, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In each of the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. I thought they were going to make a lot of money, which is obviously why I bought them. And these were the prices I bought at and what the prices were when I released the videos. These are the highs these coins hit 16 months on. And these are what your profits would have been if you'd have popped $100 into these coins. If you'd have done that for every single one, you'd have made over 123 grand in that time. Now, we're in a bull cycle. So if you're sitting on cryptos you're not confident in, you need to get that sorted. Have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the site I run where I share all the coins I own with my members. When I find a crypto that I think is going to make me a lot of money, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the coin that I found and the price that I'm going to be buying that coin at, so they can get in at the same price as me. Whenever I sell, bank profit, I tell my members and I tell them the price that I'm doing it at, so they can do the same. There is no work for my members to make the same profit as me. Now, if you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made. You can also see some of my past successes, whether it was a coin that did 300x in 2 weeks, whether it was Phantom that did 700x, or was just shy of 700x across a sort of 14-month window. And you can see my members' testimonials as well. These are all on the history of this channel. Like I say, verify them all. And if after doing that you want to hear more, you want to hear the daily updates I give my members talking about where the market will be going that day, you want to hear simply about the coins I think are going to be the winners this year, all you have to do to find out about those coins is join up on the site. Now, Uniswap. So this is the price action. Now, obviously when Uniswap launched, Uniswap was one of the most successful airdrops of all time. Anyone that was an early user of the Uniswap platform got airdropped basically 1,000 Uniswap tokens, and obviously it did very, very well. All-time high for Uniswap was $44.97. Now, in terms of, token unlocks, I mean, there is none. Okay, so Uniswap is a DEX, right? It's an example of an automated market maker. It launched in November of 2018, but has obviously been incredibly popular in the space. They aim to keep token trading automated and completely open to anyone who holds tokens, while improving efficiency of trading versus that on traditional exchanges. It creates more efficiency by solving liquidity issues with automated solutions, avoiding the problems which plagued the first few DEXs that were launched. In September of 2020, Uniswap went a step further by creating and rewarding its own token, which was UNI, to past users of the protocol. This added both profitability potential and the ability for users to shape the future of the protocol. It was founded by Hayden Adams, who is an Ethereum developer. He actually got the name for the platform from Vitalik Buterin. It was originally known as Unipeg. And yeah, they have done a lot. I mean, for an enormous length of time, this was the most used DEX by a country mile. There wasn't even anything close. And there were a lot of clones of Uniswap that have been created, and there's a reason for that. Everyone was using Uniswap. There's a lot of DEX aggregators that were built off the idea of maybe that they can be used because people can get access to Uniswap. There are, I mean, realistically, again, this is one of the most used protocols in all of crypto. But its numbers are pretty crap compared to what's happening at the moment, because Binance Smart Chain has taken hold of the DEX market. Binance Smart Chain is doing half the volume on a daily basis now. Uniswap's version 2 did 138 million. Their version 3, Ethereum 1, did 328 million. Their Arbitrum 189, 24 mil, 25 mil on Polygon, 5 mil on Optimism. I mean, it's doing some numbers, but it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what the hell Binance Smart Chain is doing right now, what PancakeSwap is actually ruling the roost. And Uniswap's been getting legitimately a lot of competition as of late. Radium was huge competition and was actually exceeding Uniswap a lot of times throughout the past like 18 months. PancakeSwap out of nowhere, where over the last month has just absolutely surged. Sometimes they're doing $12 billion in volume a day. And yet, Uniswap maintains a higher market cap than PancakeSwap. Uniswap is still sitting at a market cap of just shy of $5 billion. Price action as well this year has been okay. It's hit highs of about 18 bucks from 2023 lows of about $4. So it's done okay. It's not had a terrible time by any stretch of the imagination. But with other protocols starting to compete, and not just compete, but smash them, there needs to be some development, there needs to be some improvement. Because the reality is that Uniswap is quite boring. You know, if you're an end user, if you're you or I, PancakeSwap's far more interesting. They've got far more ways that you can earn some yield. They've got far more staking. Well, they've got staking options. They've got lotteries. They've got some cool stuff. PancakeSwap is very simple. I mean, to be fair, look, they don't have issues, but it's very, very simple. There isn't anything of that's overly exciting here, is there? There really isn't. Total Uniswap, total value locked is still 3.8 billion. That's across the three versions. So, total value locked still good. The reality is look, are we going to see huge surges in Ethereum? I think that's actually going to be the biggest influencer on Uniswap this year. Ethereum has had the Ethereum ETF. That's not really been as successful as I think many anticipated. I think people thought there'll be more volume going through Ethereum's ETF. I mean, obviously, no one expected it to be the same as Bitcoin, but yeah, overall not been overly as successful. Now, if we see Ethereum start pushing, or when really we see Ethereum start pushing for new all-time highs, everything on Ethereum, all the key components of Ethereum, will start rising in parallel with Ethereum. So we'll see Polygon rise, we'll see Uniswap rise, we'll see many more. So if and when Ethereum goes to new all-time high, Uniswap will start rising. Now, can it beat an all-time high of $45? I'm not sure it can right now, because I think you still have to understand that long term, not long term, but I can't see Uniswap as of right now taking over PancakeSwap for volume. I think when Solana gets an ETF, which I think will happen in the next couple of months, I think Radium's volume will then overtake Uniswap once again. I think competition is too rife for Uniswap to necessarily hit a new all-time high. I think you probably, best case scenario, is 20, maybe 25 bucks this year, because the competition right now is beating Uniswap substantially. But if Ethereum does really push for new all-time highs, maybe say Ethereum gets to 5 figures, which I think is unlikely at this point. But if it did, maybe Uniswap could tackle its previous high. But right now, honestly, with just price action, with how the competition is in this space, 20, 25 bucks is best case scenario as far as I can see. But I'm interested to hear what you guys think on this. How high do you think it can go? Do you think it's just having a quiet period before it starts do you think it's going to take over PancakeSwap and Radium this bull cycle? Do you think Radium's going to take back over if there's a Solana ETF? Talk about it all in the comments. I always read them, guys. And look, we're in a bull cycle, and if you've got cryptos you're not confident in, get onto copymycrypto.com. It's the site I run where I share all the coins I own with my members. When I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to be buying or selling, the price that I'm going to be buying or selling those coins at. My members get in and out of cryptos, same price as me. They make the same profit. They have no work to do at all. On my site, you can see the profits my members have made, their testimonials, my past successes. Whether it was meme coin they got in on, they did a 300x in a matter of a couple of weeks. Whether it was Phantom that did just shy of 700x and made millionaires. All of the things you see on the site or on the history of this channel, you can verify it all. But read through it all, verify it all. If you want to hear more, you want to hear the daily updates I give my members, if you want to find out the cryptos I think are the winners this year, all you have to do to find out about those coins is join up on the site. And if you do, I will see you there. Otherwise, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.